What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another leg on the journey around the world. You're here with your host Alex from Apex Gaming. We're back in the TBM. We are here in Postville Airport in Canada, and we are heading out to Narsarsquaq Airport. No, I butchered that, but here we are on the runway again. We're already started up here. Last time my excuse was we didn't have a way to start cold and dark. This time it is that I don't know how to pre-flight this airplane yet. In the upcoming video I have learned on how to start it up. But here we go, we're on the takeoff roll. 2 times speed, that's why it seems quite fast. I'm trying to find ways to speed these videos up. I don't know what would be best, if we break it up into just little sections like this and then cut parts out, or if we speed the whole thing up. This was about an hour and 15-minute flight that I compressed down to 30 minutes. Here, so we can see we're climbing out of the Postville Airport there. We're going to be going over the water for a lot of it. So for this one, we actually flew about 20,000 feet so we could catch a nice tailwind as we crossed the water over to Greenland. Greenland, it's a funny name for it considering that it's mostly ice, as you'll see on the map. So here we are again, just departing Postville, rather. Geez, I can't talk. We are coming through 3,000. We're just going to climb up here. We're already on course. You see our magenta line there. We're just going to follow that. Check out this nice TBM interior. This is the tuxedo livery. I like the purple lightning bolts on the outside, but the white and black interior is nice too. Nice views of Canada there as we're getting ready to leave the country. We're going to be over the water here shortly. A little rocky, nothing we can't handle. We're going to up our cruise altitude here to 20,000 feet. Alright, nice wing view. Back to the cockpit. So, those of you who may come along on many of these legs, there's only one thing that I can promise you is that change. It's just the kind of the type of person I am. I like to switch things up. Hopefully this will be the last aircraft change. I really like this plane. Gets good fuel efficiency. It's fast. It gets us to our destinations quickly. And as I said, I'm kind of plotting this trip as we go, so I was initially planning on just making basically a straight circumnavigation of the world. I think I'm going to change this to sort of be more of like a touch every continent except for Antarctica type thing. Maybe we'll even do Antarctica. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to go across into Europe and then to Asia, down to Africa, around Africa, back up through the Middle East, over to Japan, and then back up through Russia and China, crossing back to the United States before we dip back down to South America before coming back up to the central United States in the southeast where we started in Alabama. Alright, so enjoy the last little bit of landmass here that we've got. This is going to be the last of the islands that we're going to pass for a while. Most from here on out is just going to be straight up water flying. So I sped up this video as much as seemed reasonable. So for the next 20 minutes or so, just kick back and relax, enjoy the views. There's going to be some nice cloud views, and we will join you again closer to the video for some commentary on the not so great landing. By the end of this trip, hopefully I'll be shooting IFR approaches and ILSs with no problem. Constant learning as I go. I just wanted to get into this. I'm learning a lot as I go. Every flight, learn a little bit more. Like I said in the upcoming video for the next leg, we're going to learn how to actually start this plane up, so we'll actually get to go through the startup procedure. And we've got a nice shot here to say goodbye to Canada. But for now, your host, I'm going to shut up. Enjoy the cool views. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you guys hate this long video? Is this way too long? Do you want me to chop it up and make it like 10 minutes and just cut out a lot of the borings of straight sections of flight? I don't know. I was trying to kind of show everybody the world as we went around, but Tell me what you think. If this is super boring content, let me know that. Sound off in the comments. Say, this is super boring, man. Please, anything else. Give me suggestions, please. I'm learning. Definitely want to produce stuff people want to see. I've been watching some other YouTubers and what they do. Some of them do the voiceover. Some of them focus more on the epic camera shots. I've noticed that. So tell me what you like from watching people in the aviation space on YouTube. Trying to find what works. I know these videos are long. I'm compressing them down as much as possible, but I'm also trying to include the whole flight. So just tell me what you like. But again, for now, I'm going to shut up and let you guys enjoy the next 20 minutes of flight or so, and then I'll come back to commentate my wonderful landing. Alright, welcome in for the approach to Narsarsquaq. Again, terrible pronunciation, I know, but we're here at basically the southern tip of Greenland is where this airport is at. So we're coming in and got some nice views of the mountains. Again, very white to be Greenland, very white. Very snow-covered and mountainous terrain. I'd always heard that Greenland and Iceland are kind of named backwards. But now I see it. I've never actually seen this part of the world in simulator or in real life. A lot of this is a cultural education for me, learning about these different parts of the world, and I'm so excited to be sort of vlogging this in a way. So we're coming down through here at super speed. This is at 200%, 2x speed. Coming down now through 7,000. Not too far out from the airport, right here. I'm trying to basically tell, is it behind that mountain or the other one? That's the thing about coming into unfamiliar airports, not exactly sure of the topography. I am just following the terrain radar, the terrain map rather, that we have there. It's not radar, but the terrain map that we have there. And we are descending in. Get a nice view of the mountains out the passenger window there. Let me know if you guys like the passenger views. Again, that's another thing, whether or not I chop up these videos or what view I should keep them on. If you guys like the passenger view or the external view or the cockpit view. Again, apart from you guys watching, that's really about the only way I'm going to know what you guys like is by commenting and tell me what you want to see. Definitely open to whatever the viewers like. That's what's going to make me happy, is what you guys want to watch. Again, we're on the approach here. You can see the end of the magenta line. That is our destination airport. It turns out we're lined up a little bit right here, so we're going to have to correct back to the right to line up with the runway. We can see it right there at the top of the screen. So we're going to correct back to the right to get lined up. And we're going to start dumping our speed off here. We're going to pull the throttles back and start losing some speed. Turn back on course, so we're going to line up to get lined up with the runway. Gear down, flaps down. Okay, so we're on final approach. So I didn't key in any sort of ILS approach, so we're doing this purely visually. Pretty high here. Not super happy with this, with some of the better landings I've had on landing challenges and even better landings on this trip. But we've got good weather, very snowy, but I definitely could have gotten it down a bit more. It was very bumpy here, very bumpy, but nothing we can't handle. So we want to make sure we don't get too fast or too slow. We got to kind of keep the speed right where it's at, 90 to 100 knots, something like that. All right, we're getting close. We've got our height problem. We were way too high, so we got down. So now we're going to just try to get to the threshold without getting thrown around too much by the turbulence coming off of these mountains. All right, slowing it down, getting close to the runway here. There is a random windsock in the middle of the runway. Dodge that. Coming down, we're going to pull the throttle all the way out to idle. We're going to raise the nose to flare and let it float down the runway. Alright, we're down. So now we're down, we're going to get the flaps up and get on the brakes there. Got a little squirrely. Get back to the center of the runway. Alright, let's go ahead and get those flaps up. We are on the brakes. That'll kill our lift. Getting the flaps up. We're going to look for our first exit. Alright, we're going to taxi in. We'll speed up the taxi speed here. And then find us a nice parking spot next to the Jetstar. Okay, we got a marshaller. Let's go to the marshaller. Not every airport has a marshaller, folks. That's one thing you'll find if you play Flight Simulator enough. But sometimes you got a nice marshaller, sometimes not. So we're going to follow his instructions and come in and park. We're going to engage the parking brake, and we'll begin our shutdown procedure. And by procedure, I mean just turn off all the things because I don't know the proper procedure yet. But, again, by the end of this, Hopefully we will. Alright, we're going to turn off all our external lights. The fuel is shut off. Next we're going to shut down our electrical system. Alright, engine is off. And eventually, like I said, I'll be able to do this much more expertly, but I'm sort of going with the flow with it. And that's the cool thing about simulators. You can just jump in, you can just do it how you want. If you guys have any tips on the proper shutdown procedure, next time I'm going to follow the actual checklist. For this, I just turned off all the things until the plane was nice and cold and dark. But again, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video for leg 9.